Romany Gypsies. True stories, bittersweet, and sometimes funny from my childhood, 1943 to 1959. These are true Romany Gypsy stories from my childhood as I remember them, with a little bit of the author's artistic license to make them more enjoyable. If you are looking for stories that romanticize a Romany Gypsy life on the open road, then this book is probably not for you. However, if you are interested in the true life of Romany Gypsies, you may find this book interesting. Author, Lenny Harvey. I am 79 years old, married with 2 children and 7 grandchildren. I weigh 225 pounds and 6 feet tall. Well, I was before I shrunk with a bad back and age. I also suffer from a bad education and dyslexia. My family persuaded me to tell a few gypsy stories for a family record. My mother was Kezia Scarrett Brinkley Harvey Silverman, a beautiful gypsy lady and fierce animal lover. My grandparents, Oliver and Alice Scarrett Brinkley, were Romany Gypsies with strict Romany principles. I was mainly brought up by my grandparents, uncles and aunts, particularly Vera, my mum's little sister and just 6 years older than me. We were brought up as brother and sister at St. Mary's and various gypsy camps, hop picking, fruit picking, flower selling, rug making, totting and logging and more. I have been a flower and heather seller, log and tar block seller, bookies runner and laundry boy, as well as a cabin boy and seaman. I attended nearly a dozen schools whilst being dragged around. Sounds like a good start, doesn't it? I am fiercely proud of my gypsy heritage. In case you were wondering about my father, he was away fighting in the war in Europe. I didn't meet him until I was 50 years old. That's another story for another time. In the 90s on business, I travelled to Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine and Crimea. I advised the Crimean Navy on disposing of the former Russian Black Sea Fleet anchored in Sevastopol, Crimea. I acted as security advisor to the Ukraine government for the tour of Prince Charles to the Ukraine and Crimea and accompanying the security detail on his visit, as well as presenting to HRH. With the partnership, support, help, and love of my beautiful wife Lynn, my beloved long-suffering wife of 56 years, who advised and guided me with her sensible approach to life and business. Of course, that was like trying to stop a runaway train. She was successful most of the time, but then I didn't always listen, and the wheels would fall off. These are a few of my stories.